What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ferris. Today's live stream will be discussing the BitHumb hack, and will this hack cause Bitcoin to crash some more? Okay, I'm plugging in my microphone here so a little better on these headsets. We'll be discussing this today. This will be the topic of this live stream. What's up? What's up, man? How are you? What's up, dog lips? Today we'll be talking about this crypto hack on BitHumb, major exchange. And again, we'll go over the point I love to mention that I learned from a buddy of mine, Richie. He says, you know, the news comes out and all it does is speed up the market. It speeds up what the charts are saying to us. And you know, what we've been saying is Bitcoin is going to continue to push down. This news is just speeding up the process. So again, I hope you guys could see the chart pretty well here. Let me move over on the screen. I'm watching this on the side of my monitor. Okay, so we look good here. Again, this is my prediction based off what the charts are saying. Continue to falter down. We'll be using a different chart here just to avoid any mess. So you can see here, we had that bear flag, this breakdown here, and I'm trying to monitor to see that you guys get a good viewpoint of the stream here. So just give me a minute. If you guys have any questions, can you guys see the price as well? I hope everything's clear here. Okay, it looks good on my end. If it's bad on your end, just let me know. So you know, this BitHumb hack, about $31 million or 30 million in cryptocurrencies hacked. They say the market dropped. Oh, it hasn't dropped just yet. It's only one day. Once these people start selling off these cryptocurrencies, they will drop because people will then sell their cryptocurrencies off. So the main point of a cryptocurrency, like we've been mentioning here, is to you know, cryptify your assets to make sure your assets aren't stolen. Okay. And the problem is now your assets are getting stolen, not because the cryptocurrencies are unsafe, but due to the fact that people are hacking the exchanges. So the exchanges aren't safe. And now it's just continuing the downward spiral on the marketplace. And you can see it's a no-no for people, and they're going to continue to sell their Bitcoin. I'm adjusting the space here on my PC or on my Mac, just so you guys don't have a good clear view of the chart. If it looks good on your end, just let me know. I'm monitoring it on my end as well. So just give me a second to adjust the chart here. Sorry for the inconvenience. But this is some very important information we want to discuss. Okay, so we look good here. As you can see, we'll go to another chart here. So we're out of all these drawings. I mean, Bitcoin continues to sell off. And it looks like we're going down again here. Blessing us again with another live stream. What's up, Brandy? Hope everyone's well. So you can see, again, starting to sell off again. This chart just indicates, you know, failed rejection right here near this market structure. Again, it formed a market structure point. We note that right here. I'll highlight this with just this box or this circular you know, note right here. We come up, we retest this zone. Okay, this is technical analysis. We're analyzing this data. We get rejected here. Again, you can see that here. Gets rejected here. Hack just comes out around the same date. This is no coincidence. It just speeds up, you know, the market. What the market's already telling us that it wants to go lower. Okay, and then it continues to sell off. Now, the point I really want to push to you guys is people will say, okay, well, nah, it's the Mt. Gox hack. No, now it's the BitHumb hack. That's why crypto is dropping. If that didn't happen, this wouldn't have happened. Yada, yada, yada. Well, the chart was telling us Bitcoin was going down anyway. Interest was gone. Now these hacks are coming out, and it's just speeding up the process. So again, if you're long on Bitcoin, I highly suggest, you know, don't play with it right now. These hacks will, I mean, $30 million of cryptocurrencies. I don't know exactly what kind of cryptocurrencies they stole, but they stole a lot of cryptocurrency. BitHumb's one of the large exchanges collectively trading over $270 million worth of cryptocurrencies. $30 million of cryptocurrencies was hacked. They say it may seem blah, 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 da, 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 da. So now the question is like Charlie Lee says, another day, another hack. Hopefully BitHumb is able to cover them out through. 30 million is not a small amount. So you got to understand, even if they can cover the amount of $30 million of Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrency was hacked, the cryptocurrency is still in the hands of people who stole it. So that's not good. And this is the problem this is the huge problem when it comes to cryptocurrency. How can you regulate against these people who are using it for fraudulent things? This is fraudulent. This is illegal. They're stealing it from people who, are holding their assets, their money in here, because people, people who are saying cryptocurrency, people in countries like Iran or something where the currencies are already going through the roof. They're like, well, cryptocurrency is a safe haven. Well, no, it technically is not a safe haven, because now you have thieves stealing cryptocurrency from exchanges and holding this for their own use or whatever it is. It's unethical, and it creates an ethical dilemma here. So how are we going to manage this? When it's cryptified. It's not the fact that Bitcoin's bad, but Bitcoin's being used for illegal activities. So you guys got to understand that. That's not good. This is very negative news. What's your extreme bottom prediction for BTC and around when you think we will get there? Slow grind down into next year. Oliver, I don't try to predict the future. I'm really not like a crystal ball. I don't have a crystal ball. But, again, I told you guys my thoughts is that we're going to start to just follow the same pattern. And, it just continues to fall. So if you're staying short, stay short. I told you guys to close down my shorts. And I don't see myself going long anytime soon. Anytime soon. And you can see right here we have a hanging man again on Ethereum. Another hanging man. We'll go to another chart here just to show you guys. Not cracking. Give me a second. Ethereum on Binance. So a hanging man this is the pattern. It's a two candle pattern on the daily. Doji candle, and then the next daily is a red candle that closes and fills down this doji almost to the full extent, and it continues lower. It's a signal. It signals that lower lows are to come, and you can see a few days later, boom, crashes. Again, we get that same type of signal. We're getting the same type of signal here. So as you can see, we'll demonstrate it. This same signal, you see that? It's happening right here. This is technical analysis. This is a pattern. This is a trend. This is where it's telling you a sign. Get the hell out, because you can see it's not good. And we're not just going to, ramble on of pointless analysis. It's a fact that, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are not holding their value. They're being, stolen by, illegal hackers and thieves, and they're profiting off that, which is, very unethical. Anyone who's, a proponent of cryptocurrency, I see why you are a proponent, and I see the definite. Why the hell is this doing? Oh my God, what the heck? Sorry, I don't know why the hell that just popped up there. So I see why people are proponents of cryptocurrency, but again, these unethical behaviors will not allow someone to hold their currency there. Again, dog lips. I told you guys about my thoughts on Binance Coin. I think it's the only viable cryptocurrency, and that's why it continues to go up. Again, it just continues to keep going up. There's just no doubt about it. I already stated the points. I don't want to reiterate myself in this live stream. I have a video where I state those points. They're pretty evident. Market cap continues to increase because people are using Binance, and it hasn't been hacked. No one has hacked Binance, and they continue to hold value as a decentralized exchange. And you can see they're the only cryptocurrency going up. We could check that out on CoinMarketCap if you guys you want to see that for yourself. Binance Coin is the only cryptocurrency going up. We could see that here. The only cryptocurrency up 7%. Then you have Ethereum Classic up 7%. So where investment is people want cheaper, reliable coins. Ethereum Classic been hacked, and it's still going up. So Ethereum Classic, I noted in one of the streams, I noted that it could be a potential buy with all this Coinbase news. It does sell off, and then you could have bought the dip. Again, Binance Coin, same type of theory. You got to understand why it's going up and not just buy on speculation, because you'll lose your money that way, regardless if it's not on this trade, it's another trade. So Binance Coin is a good coin. Again, people put their dust in there, and it continues to go up. The trend is very, very evident and very clean. Gold, short-term TA. I don't trade gold on a short-term basis. I usually trade it long-term. Gold is just going to keep going up. I mean, as the dollar and the Fed keeps lowering their balance sheet and this fiscal policy continues to unwind itself on how terrible it is. And I believe interest interest and you know, fake fiat money just never works. You know, it's just, I'm Middle Eastern, so I mean, we grew up with like gold and silver as, you know, the main currencies. That's what we always, our family always, you know, thought were main currencies and will always be. It's the God-given currency. It's God-given money. Gold and silver are God-given monies, and no one can make fiat money that lasts. And this is, we're seeing the same thing. And this is why a lot of religions don't believe in interest, because interest is very bad. Regardless of what you want to think about that, it always unwinds to hurt the poor and you know, benefit the rich. Regardless of that, you got to understand how to take that, not manipulate it, but take this type of opportunity to your advantage. Because once the dollar starts to crash, okay, when that happens, when the economy starts to fall, which it's already starting to do, you can see this is the United Kingdom Stock Exchange. You could see this is the German Stock Exchange. You could see this is United States, you know, Dow Jones, United States NASDAQ, United States S&P, all looking like they have topped. Once those start to fall, gold and the dollar is still going to go up because the interest rates, they're rising the interest rates, so gold's going to go down against the dollar. But gold's still taking, I mean, the dollar's still taking a hit with these rising interest rates because the Fed left interest rates for such a long time at a low level while the markets were going up. And now that they're raising interest rates, markets are going down. This trade war, it's just not good. You really have to read about fiscal policy, because I could talk about fiscal and monetary policy for literally the next 7 hours, and I don't want to, you know, kill people's ears. Research fiscal policy, research monetary policy, read history, read why stock market bubbles happened, the Great Depression. All this, it's the same story, different characters. I mean, the Great Depression happened because people just kept putting money into the stock market for, you know, railroads, cars, and all this industry, and thought it would never end, just like they're doing with AI and tech. You know, and it's going to come back and kill them because they got to understand, once those interest rates rise, you're murdered. Money, you got to pay back that money. If you don't pay back that money, you cause a recession, because eventually all the money is going to have to contract itself, because people are spending money now they can't afford to pay back. They're going to default, go bankrupt, whatever is going to happen. You got to understand this, because it's very bad, and that's why I think gold and silver should always be in your portfolio. Okay, what is the difference between Binance, BNB, Ether, and Binance? I can't, dog lips, I don't understand your question. Do you trade shit coins? ECL again, everyone development team aren't even working on it anymore since. Yeah, I don't trade shit coins, Oliver. I don't put my money in things I don't know, you know, almost the whole extent to, you know, and I didn't say that well. I don't put my money in things I don't know, like, or invest in things I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Put things in assets where there's an agreement that you get a share of the profits, or they put the shares of the profits inside the currency or the asset to increase the value. You know, you can only manipulate something for so long and put fake value into something before everyone finds out, like Bitcoin. Yeah, they might be doing that, Nick. They might be doing that. You don't know. And that's the shady thing. You know, Coinbase, you know, I want to show you guys on GDAX, they put fake orders in, and then Bitfinex, their orders are real. So when you read these, there's just so much shady shit going on, and that's why exchanges need to be regulated. And you have people on YouTube who just constantly run their mouths, who just think they make money in one bull market, that they know everything. Okay, and this is the same ignorance, the same arrogance that happened back in the 1920s. Going into the 1970s, going into the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 08, and now we're going to have a crash coming very soon. They're going to get burned, and they're going to ask themselves why, because they're trading with, you know, margin trading, excessive margin trading. They're trading risky assets that are based off different contracts. So I tend to stay away from, you know, assets that, you know, trade off another asset, and I don't physically own it. Right now, all I'm in is oil, you know, trusts. I'm in an oil trust, and I get paid, you know, a portion of the profits. 80% of the profits go to trust holders, and as oil goes up in price, or as oil becomes, since oil is more expensive, they're going to make more profits, obviously, on any oil they drilled, and the trust, entry fee or for the unit price per unit is going to go up because the profits are going up. Like the dividend for the monthly dividend for the payout is almost 6 cents per unit held. So that's a reliable investment for me. I don't need to speculate with my money right now. But again, just look at this as just constant downfall. Like I've been saying over and over, I've been screaming this to viewers. So if you've been short, great. If you haven't, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, just look at how many sales are going on. 281 Bitcoin sold, 39 Bitcoin bought in the last hour. What the hell does that tell you? The bubble's done. It's going to die. Again, 24 hours, we have 60% sold, 40% bought. Do you know anything about Funfair coin? Yeah, it's for gambling. I don't gamble. I don't, I don't advise gambling. I don't invest in gambling. I stay away from that. You're more than likely to go do that. I just don't. It's an unethical field of investment, and I stay away from it. I don't like to profit off something that is used to damage people. So that's just all I got to say about Funfair and that. But again, you could see sell wall stacked up. Buy wall, I think this is just a bunch of baloney here. You could see here, the buy wall is very different. You got one huge buyer at 6693. You got one at 6500 with none at 6693. So it's all different, and that's why they can mess with the exchanges. Just understand, just watch Bitfinex. I'll give you legitimate prices, and I just don't think we're going to continue to go up. Once this wall's taken out here, it's over. And with these regulators coming in and they see these hacks, they're going to have to find a way to regulate Bitcoin because people will continue to lose their money. And I mean, this BitHumb hack is just not good. People continue to, blame all this. But, they're talking about cryptocurrencies. XRP hasn't even moved up. I mean, I like XRP, but it hasn't moved up. None of these currencies have moved up besides BNB. And that's why I'm bullish on BNB, because BNB has use case. So you got to understand when they have use cases, they go up. So if BNB breaks 1720, which is that point that it needs to break, start to see it, you can start to expanding in value. So right now, I sold. I'm not holding any BNB right now, just because I want to stay out of the markets with these hacks. But again, I profited off BNB on a nice trade, which was great. But again, I still think BNB is the most bullish cryptocurrency because it has use case. So that's really it for me right now. I'm just watching and waiting. I feel like a crash is about to unravel. There's a lot of uncertainty in the marketplace. I don't see why people would be safe holding assets, especially digital assets with all these hacks. I think gold is going to start breaking out once this dollar breaks down after these crazy interest rate rises that they're doing so slowly. It's gonna get crazy. Oh my God, these scams just keep calling me. So yeah, I'm watching this trend line on gold. Again, I do invest in gold and silver for the long term, as they're the only true money. You have to really understand that. And again, silver looks like a great buy down here, so that's why I'm in that. Again, long-term investments, long-term. Ethereum still looks weak. Again, I still think Ethereum is going to break down and come down to $400. It just is a matter of when, which I think will happen closer into July. If you guys have any questions, let me know. We'll discuss those right now before I have to go to work here. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, all these exchanges are getting hacked. How are people going to regulate against this? They say they got, we had this crazy bull run. Now everyone's losing their money because they're listening to all these YouTubers who have no experience on what they're talking about and just have a larger audience. I mean, I haven't heard one YouTuber say go short on Bitcoin. And if you have, send me a link. I'll talk to them. But right now, it's just, I feel like I'm the only YouTuber really pushing to anyone to really stay safe in these assets because they're very risky. They're very risky and they have no use cases besides BNB. Even XRP, it's just not being used right now. And that's why it's falling. Right now, BNB, I would be careful if you're in it. It has to break the 1720 part. If it doesn't, just be careful. But that's all. If you guys have questions, let me know. If not, then I'm probably going to get off here because I got to go to work. But I don't think this BitHumb hack is bullish at all. It's very bearish. and I expect cryptocurrency to continue to sell off back to its 2017 lows. You know, we might even come down to 100. We'll see on Ethereum. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't know who's holding. There's so much negative news. It's just not good. So we'll see. Yeah, ETC, you're just going to have to play it, you know, play that slowly. These cryptocurrencies are very inactive right now. ETC is probably the most active one. But you got to trade those sell-offs, those large sell-offs. I mean, $14 to $17, that's a great trade. I don't think Bitcoin is going to go to zero. No, no way. I think it's going to go down to 5,000. 3,500 most likely is where I see Bitcoin coming down to, even 3,000. It's just a bubble. There's no use case. There's no value that has been added to Bitcoin since August 2015 to you know, closing in August 2018. There's no value. It's just more people know about it, and that's why the price went up. And it's the ignorance in the marketplace that no one understands common supply and demand. They just came in here to make quick money, think it was easy, and now they call themselves Bitcoin experts, and they don't even have a degree in business or have studied business at all. And they don't understand supply and demand, and it's unfortunate. Nick Lyons, you know, I mean, it's sad because, you know, you were probably enticed into this industry and you really didn't research it. I mean, so there's a little bit of negligence on your part, and I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm just letting you know. And then the people who, you know, enticed you or persuaded you to come and join them. And it just sucks because you're probably losing money from what I'm seeing. And, you know, people are just like, hodl, keep holding. I mean, if you hodl the last 2 months, you've lost money. It's just May into June, you've lost money. You bought in April, you sold in May, you made money. You held in from April to June, you lost money. And it just doesn't look like Bitcoin's going to hold. We'll see. It would have to break over at 6,900 to be bullish again, in my eyes. So until then, I'm not in the asset. It's just too speculative for me. There's too much speculation in the space. I run a business but never went to school for it. Yeah, so if you run a business, it's completely different than trading, especially in speculation. You gotta understand how bad speculation can get to a businessman. That's why I say read The Empire of Business. Speculation, it will kill you. You know, 90% of traders lose because they speculate, and 10% of traders win because they have a strategy and they base their criteria off a system of trade. So you got to understand that. Look to invest. Bitcoin's not an investment. I don't care who says it is. They've been saying it's an investment since February, and if you invested in it, you've lost a ton of money, and no one's gonna come, you know, sue and get you your money back. No one is. Just understand that. I try to be as honest and frugal as possible. I see the only, you know, bullish sector right now is Chinese maybe stocks if you want that, but I mean, everything is just kind of iffy right now. Everything's iffy. So, I mean, I just stay gold, oil. Look at gold and oil if you're going to invest. And that's really it. Gold, oil, and silver is where I see, you know, the best gains coming in the next few months. Just because I think, you know, a financial crisis is going to unravel itself because of the monetary policy going on. We'll see. I mean, it's just a lot of uncertainty, and I say just stay safe. You know, that's what the best thing you can do. Shorting doesn't hurt your growth. You just got to know how to short correctly. You know, short correctly, and it won't hurt your growth at all. Regardless, guys, that's all I got. I got to go to work. I just want to do a little quick 25-minute, 30-minute live stream to, you know, help you guys out. Long term, man, I mean, it's too hard to speculate on the long term. There's so much uncertainty, and you got to understand it's a bubble still. It's popped, but it's continuing to go down. It doesn't go down instantly. It doesn't just drop instantly. Speculators come in, speculate on the price, holding it up for a while. Again, I still see Bitcoin dropping back to about 4,500 until it starts anything, you know, anything crazy. As long as it does, I mean, Nick, you gotta understand your money could be used in better places, so just keep that in mind. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I still see Bitcoin going down to 35 to 4,500. Again, you got to just watch it for the news. Watch this website. I'll post it in the comments, and you can see the trades going on. Again, much more sellers than buyers. Over 10,000 Bitcoins exchanged in the last 24 hours. 6,500 of those have been selling. So just understand that. Be cautious with your investments. Keep up on global politics because it's getting pretty crazy right now. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I got to run. I'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Peace out.